Railroad 2.0. I'm Steve, and this is another edition of Workbench Wednesday. This is episode 13, where we finish up the Bilevel commuter cars, the Rock Island Cab Coach and the two Metra Bilevel commuter coaches. So in this final episode, we put KD couplers on them, which requires a special modification that Kato has for them. We put light kits in. We amputated a whole lot of people's legs so that they would fit in the seats. So we got that done. They were already decaled, and now we have added the detail parts. The detail parts meaning grab irons and windshield wipers for the cab coach and steps and ladders, all kinds of different little pieces. And of course, they had to be primed and painted and matte finished. So we got all that done, and let's take a look. So this is where we left off, and with the decaling and the in marker lights and rear headlights in place and working, but none of the detailing yet. And the next thing we had to do was take a look at the shell. It's all ready to go. You can see where the detail parts, all the holes for where they belong. All right, and see all the people. Take the bottom out and take the railings off. I had a hard time on my four previous getting the light kit mounted the way the instructions say to do it, and none of them really ended up I wasn't really ever satisfied with it, but on these I found a different way to do it, and it ended up working real well. There's the light kit that is used there. You get a better look at it here in a minute. But anyway, you got to take those railings off of the second level, and you will never see them anyway. And there's the light kit itself, still all wrapped up. But before we get to the light kit, let's go ahead and amputate all these people. And between the three cars, they're close to 150 people, somewhere in that range. And so we had a lot of medical waste with all those legs. And in case you're wondering why, people do not fit in the seats of these interiors, or most interiors for that matter. You almost always have to cut the feet off them to make them fit, and you wouldn't see the feet anyway. So it's here nor there. And these are not highly detailed figures. They're not painted up. They're painted, but it's not the best job in the world, and that's okay, because again, they're inside. They're, you see them through the green tinted glass. And as we continue cutting the legs off, that second level off. What I do is I just dab a little bit of CA on the seats, and then just come back through and place the figures randomly There, you fit the second level on that left-hand side. Cutting more people. I think that was the longest thing in the entire process, was cutting all the legs off. And we'll start putting the people on the right hand lower level. And we fit the second level on there. And we can add some CA to the, or glue to the seats. And fit passengers onto the second level. Now you notice there's two weights, one on top of the other, in that center section, which is not really visible anyway once it's all done. Alright, then we do a test fit of the shell, and some of the pressed in glazing or glass popped off, so we got to pop that back in. Test fit works okay. Now you see the light kit up there as I do the next car. Set the light kit off to the side. Let's get these passengers in. Gets kind of redundant when you're doing 3 cars. I think I have this sped up to 8 times. There's the light kit again. You can pause it to get the actual number if you're so inclined. We unstack it. And the center section has to be assembled. Just follow the instructions. There's no soldering, no gluing. It all just fits into place. What you're going to see is, instead of putting this light kit on the roof, top of the roof, I'm going to place it in the middle between the 2 levels, actually on the floor of the second level. It uses light tunnels, bridges, clear glass that the LEDs shine into, that spreads the light throughout the car. And it turns out a whole lot better than the way the instructions would have you do it. There's 2 paper strips there. You would mount those on the top, on the ceiling. They're called reflective pieces. And you don't even have to do that when you mount the light on the floor of the second level. And you can see the assembled light with the light tunnels sitting there just above the people. There, I fit it into place. We're going to test it out. There's the light. Okay, there's 2 metal tabs that slide in on each side, just so you know. And those metal tabs, the light unit slides onto those 2 tabs, which connect to the power pickups, and everything is hunky-dory. I just weighed the car again, making sure it is at NMRA specifications. And now I can put the people on the second level. As I said, that light tunnel runs right down the center on each side. So the light shines up and shines down. And again, the light kit does not require any metal. There we go. All lit up. Let's slide our shell back on. Alright. Next thing we're going to work on is our Kato coupler conversion kits. And I've got some Kato 148 whisker couplers there. And that's what I've used on the 4 previous Bilevel commuter cars that I had. This time I read the instructions. And it says the conversion kit's made for the standard Kato couplers. Okay, well that didn't register with me a couple years ago when I did the other 4 cars. But this time I'm going, you know, I've always had problems with those whisker couplers popping out of the extension bracket that they slide onto. And I said, I wonder if they mean to use number 5s. So that's what I do. I tried number 5s this time around, and lo and behold, they fit great. The 148s whisker couplers, they're different, and I'll show you that here in a minute. They're flared, so to fit in that bracket, you got to use a file and file them down, the shank down. And even then, it's just not right. But by using the Kato number 5, you don't need to worry about the centering spring. Just the Kato number 5 slides right onto that bracket. Now, they don't say to use any glue or anything, but I put a drop of glue where they fit onto the extension piece. And you can see the extension piece right there at the end of the file. I just picked it up, putting them together. That's what I'm assembling right there. Alright, let's see it there. And again, I'll show you here in a second. I'll have a picture of a Kato 148 and a number 5 side by side. If you look at the shanks on them, you'll see the difference I'm talking about right now. Alright, see the 148 on the left, see how it flares to the center hole, whereas the number 5 on the right is just a straight shank. That makes a huge difference on this conversion kit. So get it all assembled, fit into place, screwed on. See all the purple on my hand? That's from cutting out a pokeweed. Big old pokeweed, which are poisonous, like poison ivy, poison sumac, and oak. Except for whatever reason, I'm immune to them. So get a little tingle, but that's about it. All right, let's get this thing on. Screwed on. That's all there is to it. Okay, next thing is to change out the trucks on the cab coach. The Rock Island cab coach comes with black trucks, whereas the CB&Q, or Metras, come with silver. So I bought a couple of the silver trucks, and just take the screw off, replace, swap out trucks. No big deal. But now they will all match. It just didn't look right having one car with black trucks. Alright, there you go. All lit up. Hunky dory. Alright, now for the detail parts. And there's 3 sets of detail parts here. I think they're $4 a piece. The 2 Metras didn't come with it. And for whatever reason, I lost the Rock Island ones over the 4 years I had it. So I just ordered 3 more. I think they're $4 a piece. And shot them with a coat of primer first, and then I believe here I'm shooting them with the silver, and I'll come back and give them a coat of matte finish as well. And I think that's what I'm giving them now, is a coat of matte. And then I'll flip them over and shoot the other side as well. Then it's a matter of applying them. Now notice I have the pin vise out. In the instructions, Kato recommends using a pin vise at .007 or whatever it was, a little drill bit, and drilling out the holes because it makes it easier to fit the grab irons. And they're right. I mean, they went right into place. I've fought with doing grab irons on other models, and I'm a believer now in simply using the pin vise to open up those holes so that they slide in a lot easier. And you can see I'm just pointing out the different areas. On each corner there's 2 grab irons. There's 2 on each side on the top. Alright, I'm fitting the windshield wiper right there. Now I'm doing the other one. And there's more grab irons on the end as well, along with 2 ladders, 1 on each side of the bellows. I guess that's so you can go up and climb up and clean the windows off on the cab. There we go. There's actually a couple little platforms as well on either side at the base of the bellows that have to be applied. All in all, utilizing that pin vise made it super easy. Had all 3 cars detailed in no time. Hardest thing was getting the tweezers to pick up the little grab irons off of the desk. And I used a little bit of glue, you'll see, or saw, and I used MEK. You used to be able to buy a little pint of it, and now you got to buy it by the gallon, I think, or half gallon, and Lowe's. And it's the same stuff that Plastruck uses in one of their formulas. It works great. It's dirt cheap. You got to buy a bunch of it, but it'll last you forever. You can share it with a fellow model or two. Divide up the cost.
just about got her done. It's one of those rinse, wash, repeat for all 3 cars. There's the ladders. Now, ladders, little pins are a little bit bigger, so I had to use the end of a X-Acto. And the grab irons, these detail parts, to get off the sprue, they come off real easy, but you got to make sure you're using a brand new blade. And they do give you a couple extra of the end ones, the ones on the corners. Because I lost, I think, one in the process. Popped when I was cutting it off, popped onto the floor, and I never did find it. There you go, looking at the end, and now the comparison between the two. You can see the one on the left is detailed out. Now let's see what she looks like with all 3 cars now. It looks pretty sharp running through Downers Grove there. All right.
Well, there you have it. All right, the Rock Island Bilevel commuter cab coach and the 2 Metra Bilevel commuter coaches. Both, or all 3, reflagged to the CB&Q, and with all the little necessities accomplished from, coupler conversions. On the Rock Island cab coach, we had to replace the black trucks with silver ones, detail parts, stripping, painting, decaling, adding passengers, light kits. It's been a fun project, but well worth it, and it's fun to watch them run on the layout. This gives me 2 full commuter trains, Bilevel commuter coach trains that I can run once I get the shed layout started and up and running, probably in a year and a half. And so with that, I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad 2.0 Workbench Wednesday, episode 13. All right, and remember, y'all have a great day. Bye now.